Hi, I'm Michael Yardney. Have you noticed how some people seem to rise to the top of their chosen field or journey even higher up the property ladder, while others consistently achieve the same average result? In the 1990s, management guru Dr. Stephen Covey explained what he believed to be the defining characteristics that distinguish highly effective people. He wrote it up in his book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and that became a modern day business classic. Now, not surprisingly, the 7 habits Covey suggested we should aspire to if we want to replicate the achievements of others are also very important in the business of property investment. So today I'd like to take a moment to reflect on the 7 significant traits Dr. Covey said that people habitually exhibit. Successful people continually exhibit. So the first habit is to be proactive. You see, life's not simply a series of events that happen to us. In every moment, you're faced with a choice and the opportunity to move forward in your life's purpose. You can choose to have a positive or a negative attitude, and you can choose to take control or be controlled. This is about either taking responsibility for your own destiny or being overtaken by the actions of others, and in doing so, becoming a victim. So as a property investor, you could apply this by becoming the pilot of your life and not a passenger. You see, you are where you are because of all the things you've chosen to do and all the things you've chosen not to do over the years. Either you run the day or the day runs you. The second habit Covey spoke about is to begin with the end in mind. He suggested that by focusing on your desired outcome, you're going to be compelled to lead yourself towards your goals, thus developing the habit of personal leadership. He said the key is blocking out the distractions that inhibit forward momentum by instead concentrating your efforts on relevant actions to propel you forward. So as a property investor, how can you apply this? Well, all the successful property investors I know have set themselves long-term goals, probably things like financial independence, and then they've got a written plan and a strategy of how they're going to get there. You see, when you've done this, it's going to be easier for them to make their investment decisions in light of their goals and not be distracted by short-term market noise. The third habit Covey discussed was put first things first. He said once you've established attainable goals, you then must develop the habit of planning and implementing activities that will enable you to reach them. He said importantly, you need to learn to prioritize your actions in a way that will reflect your values and your life purpose. I guess this is the art of manifesting your ideas into physical reality by taking a step-by-step approach. As a property investor, you can apply this by keeping that big picture in mind. And don't be afraid to say no to so-called opportunities if they don't fit in with your plans. I know I've made more money by saying no to opportunities, no to deals, than I've made by saying yes to deals. So take personal responsibility, because while you can't change the circumstances, the cycle, the market, you can change yourself. That's something you've got control over. The fourth habit Covey said successful investors have is they think win-win. He said more is gained from life through the art of cooperation than competition. Obviously, as property investors, win-win not only applies to negotiations, but to all elements of your life. Learn how to be happy with what you've got while you pursue what you want. The fifth habit Covey spoke about is seek to first understand and then be understood. You see, most people engage in conversation to be heard rather than to understand. Often, instead of really hearing what somebody else is telling us, we spend our listening time thinking about what our next reply is going to be. But in so doing, we place our ideals and philosophies on others without truly hearing them. As a consequence, we go through life missing out on valuable insights. Now, you can apply this as a property investor by avoiding what I call confirmation bias, which is the tendency to begin with an answer and then search for evidence to support your preconceived outcome. The lesson here is to be skeptical of your preconceptions and try and disprove your own theories rather than continually defending them. The sixth habit, easy for me to say, Dr. Covey came up with, was to synergize. He said creative cooperation amongst humans allows us to uncover new solutions to old problems. He says when we interact with others, and apply the rule of empathetic listening, we augment our brain power and grow from our experiences with others. So how do you apply this? Well, there's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. Every successful property investor turns to a proficient team of consultants for advice and to mentors for inspiration and counsel. So surround yourself with people who will lift you up rather than negative Nellies who will drag you down. And the seventh habit that Covey came up with was sharpen your saw. The greatest asset you'll ever have in your life is yourself. In order to be effective, you must look after the only tools you have control over: your mind, your body, and your spirit. Maintain balance in all you do and never stop learning. Now, you can apply this because the best investment you can make is to ensure that your own success through property investing is by ensuring your own wisdom, by developing your wisdom, by investing money in your education, and be prepared to learn not only from your victories but from your mistakes and those of others. To become financially independent, you must follow these habits of successful investors, those who've already achieved what you want to achieve. I propose you turn part of your income into capital by saving and investing, then slowly build up your asset base by reinvesting until eventually you have a big enough cash machine that gives you the financial independence you desire. So now it's your turn to develop these habits. By the way, if you're looking for an independent team of property investment consultants to help you, to be part of your team, to help you achieve your goals, no one can quite help you like the independent property investment strategist at Metropole. Remember, the multi-award winning team of Metropole have no properties for sale, but we've got access to every property on the market. That makes our advice independent and unbiased. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned professional, we'd love to help you. We could help you either formulate a strategy if you're starting off, or review your current existing portfolio and maybe discuss how you can get to the next level. We'd love to have a chat with you, so why not go to metropole.com.au or click on the link below, or call us at 1300 20 30 30. By the way, when you attend one of our offices in Melbourne, Sydney or Brisbane, you'll receive a free copy of my latest DVD program. There's 2 DVDs called Building Wealth Through Property Investment. We'd love to be part of your property investment journey.